On America's Got Talent. They've been on Tuca and Birdie, and I'm so excited that they came all the way from Colorado to be here. Give it up for Hayden Kristal!
I'm totally kidding. Not about the sign language part. That's real. I am hard of hearing. Sign language is my first language, so it's fine to laugh at that. Actually, I might be ableist if you didn't. I do my sets in English for a couple of reasons. Number one, the jokes seem to go a lot better. You guys did not like that first one at all. This one's going better. That's good. But I don't want to be pigeonholed. I don't want to be known just as like a deaf comedian, right? I really want to just be known as like a female comedian. Thank you. This is crunchier than you'd think for the Unabom's hometown, right? Like, I do like to start my sets with that sign language thing because it does make heckling me an ADA violation. So, good, you guys are on warning. We can proceed, right? Good. I actually majored in sign language in college. That felt like a freebie, a little bit. But I dual majored. Anybody else here major in something stupid? Anybody? Any volunteer? Oh, we got one. Oh, the rest of you were all in tech. What did you major in? Art? Yeah, that's a bummer. Do you use your degree? No. Okay, great. So we're in the same boat. I can laugh at you, and people will tell me that all the time. They're like, "Oh, I majored in like English or like art history or journalism." And it's like there's Starbucks everywhere. We're fine, right? You're fine. However, I majored in ASL. Again, not stupid, but I paired it with zookeeping. Yeah, which sounded cute and fun at the time, except now I'm an adult with a degree in American Sign Language and zookeeping. And Coco the sign language gorilla died like 5 years ago. Yeah, that's a bummer. What I'm saying now is that comedy has to work out for me. Yeah, listen, if you could tell your friends, that'd be great, because my backup is dead. She is in the ground. I put perhaps too many eggs in the cocoa basket. Now I'm at the Olive Garden with no Tide pen, if you know what I mean. These mistakes count. But no, I applied to work at the Cocoa Foundation when I was still in college, and they rejected me because I have hearing loss. Which, first of all, bold to put that in an email, right? But they told me it was a liability issue, because if the gorilla were to sneak up on me, I would not be able to hear it, which, sure, fair play, I don't know. They don't like test for that at the audiologist, so I don't really feel like I can say with any degree of scientific certainty, but that feels true. But based on the reaction to that first joke, you guys seem like a nice crowd of hearing people. I was born with my hearing loss. I've never known anything different. So I'm just gonna toss this one into the room and we'll crowdsource it. What are y'all gonna do different if a gorilla sneaks up on you? Yeah, please let me know. Yeah, great. If you could DM me after the show, that'd be great. I'm just dying to know what home field advantage you all have with your 2-second head start. Right? What am I not going to get? Right? What are you going to do different than me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right? That's ridiculous. The only thing you're going to do different than me is die scared. That's it. That's the only thing. And if I'm being honest, that feels like a liability issue to me a little bit. Yeah. Fuck the Cocoa Foundation, dude. Yeah, thank you. Fuck them. I'm glad she's dead. Yeah. I'll say it. I'm an edgy comic. You can tell from my outfit. But no, I do this now. I travel for work. And this is my first time ever in Montana. Super excited to be here. I've been having a great time. I was very excited to come, and I've been having a good time. My expectations were high, and they have been met so far. You guys could still ruin it. We'll see. But I had a great time, but I pride myself on, it doesn't matter where I go, because I travel all over the US, and I pride myself, it doesn't matter what shitty little garbage town I have been sent to, I am able to find something fun to do literally everywhere. It's something I love about myself, it's something I'm very proud of, right? That's my whole thing. Until this year, I was bested. I finally met the only town in the United States that I've found so far. It is impossible to have a good time. Anybody here been to Terre Haute, Indiana?
Oh,
yeah. What'd you say?
I went to school there.
She's an improv.
Do you feel like you learned?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but like not like book stuff. So I was just in Terre Haute, and again, I had not, there wasn't like a list of stuff I've been like, nothing on my bucket list was in Terre Haute. So my thing is when I go to a new town, if I don't know what I want to do, I find an antique store, because those people have always been there for 100,000 years, and they're always out in the community sourcing stuff. So they usually have fun, interesting ideas of things to do in a town. That's my Girl Scout, like moss grows on the north side of the tree, like don't pet a bison in Yellowstone advice, right? Like that's, right, it's pretty good. It like usually doesn't fail me. So I go to Terre Haute, I show up, I find an antique store that's run by like a conglomerate of old people. And so I ask them, and they go off and they huddle, and they deliberate, and then they send back a delegate to give me their answer. What's the best thing you can do in Terre Haute? And their answer was, leave, get out, go. As far as you can. The closest thing I got to an answer that entire week was, Indianapolis isn't that far. You've got a rental car, it's probably fine. So I decided to cheat, and I decided that I was going to Google the funnest things to do in Terre Haute. And I swear to God, if you Google top 10 fun things to do in Terre Haute, Indiana, right now, the number one thing in TripAdvisor, the most fun you can possibly have in Terre Haute, Indiana, is the Holocaust Museum. Which, is extremely funny. So I posted about it as soon as that happened, because I thought that was hilarious. And immediately, I posted on Facebook, and immediately I got a comment that was like, not everything educational actually has to be fun, so. Okie dokie. I would maybe read that back, because I don't feel like I said that at all, anywhere. I don't think I said it, because I don't believe that. I don't think everything educational has to be fun. I don't think most things have to be fun. I do this for a living. I've made fun not fun, right? Like I don't think most things have to be fun. I think, however, there are a few exceptions. One of which would be on a list of fun things to do in a place. Yeah, I do actually think that should be fun. It's one of the few things where that's like the whole deal. And right, like I feel like I went in with super fair expectations, like of Terre Haute. I was not looking for like blowjob on a roller coaster level of entertainment or excitement. That's not what I would have settled for stoned at a petting zoo easy, right? Like, and even so, that's a Montana activity, right? Applause, I'm stoned at a petting zoo. I will say I spent my morning at a draft horse sanctuary today, and I may or may not have been stoned for that, so fair enough. But I feel like even between that, right, even there, when you're all the way down there on the spectrum, there's still a world of difference between that, right, and then monument to a genocide is so far down below. It's down with that submarine that imploded, right? Like it's, and I know there's wealthy people moving here, so I won't make jokes about it. All I'll say is that I will kill you for so much less money. I'm just putting it out there. Thank you. It's a gift. I'll do it for a gift card, if we're being honest. We're working hard. I don't want kids. Anybody else here not want kids? Woo! That's a hearty response. Good, great. Any women here not want kids? Woo! Fine. Okay. Do people ever believe you when you say you don't want kids? No, never. And you have short hair, right? Like it's. People never believe me when I say I don't want kids, ever. People don't believe women when they say they don't want kids. And to be honest, I'm terrified to meet the bitch who's like, oh, they believe me, right? Like, horrifying, right? But I'm going to tell you, it is not, to anybody in here who doesn't want kids, it is never your responsibility to convince people that you don't want kids. You don't have to do that, right? Thank you. I would maybe hold for a second though. You just have to convince them that you should never have kids. Oh my God, all right, you're still on board, great, perfect, right? Yeah, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Like, and that's super easy. That's a much easier thing. And I was making really good headway with this strategy at my gynecologist's office because we've been in a Cold War for like a decade about this, and it was going so good until I was fired as a patient from my gynecologist's office, which I didn't know could happen. Did you guys know? I still don't know if I have to like disclose that to future employers. I don't know what the deal is there. But so here's the thing. I do this for a living. I'm a stand-up comedian, which means I skitter around the country and I get up on a stage in front of people and I say the dumb bullshit that trickles into my brain that I think is funny. And I am rewarded for that behavior with attention and literal cash, which has created a social dynamic that my therapist has described as no bueno, right? Not a healthy way to be a person. So to set the scene, I go into this appointment, right? That's who I am. That's how I live. I go into this appointment and it's like a substitute doctor lady. The original one is like on vacation or dead. Not my business. She's gone, right? It's a new lady, fresh audience, right? Great. Gonna go in, run the hits, leave with a fan, right? Some grassroots marketing, excellent. That's all I want. Oh, this room's pretty packed, so I would shut the fuck up. So I go in, and this lady immediately, like before I can start anything, she immediately said, "Oh, you're gonna change your mind. You're gonna change your mind." You guys get that? Oh, you're gonna change your mind. Oh, you're gonna meet a man and change your mind. Oh, which is my personal favorite because my last 3 exes are all named Laura. Yeah, so if I meet a man and change my mind, I'm walking back a lot of shit at that point. So she goes, "Oh, you're gonna change your mind. You're gonna change your mind, right?" And so I say, and remember, I think I'm funny. So I say, "Well, how many abortions do I have to have before you people will just give me a hysterectomy?" We got chuckles on the setup? That's amazing, right? That's not even the punchline. You guys are already on board. Incredible, right? That's so good. And so she's playing into it, I think, right? She's yes-anding me a little bit. So she goes, "Well, how many have you had?" Right? Amazing. We don't do comedy duos anymore. We should bring that back, right? Like, incredible. So she's underhanded me that softball, and I'm gay. I'm ready for home, right? So she set me up. So I say, in response, I say, "I have had no abortions, but I'm goal-oriented. So you just lob me a number, I will blow past this quarter's expectation." Yeah, she did not like it as much as you guys did. Yeah, she's not here tonight. Set my whole plan back, my whole 5-year plan, and just start all over fresh. This is going to come as a shock to most of you after that story I just told. I was diagnosed with autism in 4th grade. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? I know the last comic. Oh, shocking. We're all here on stage, right? Similar origin story. Crazy. I would say that we're going to get together and talk about it after the show, but that's not really our gig, is it? Not our brand. But so, I was diagnosed with autism. I don't really know that I have it. Here's the thing. So hearing loss and autism are both communication disorders. So we don't 100% know exactly what autism looks like in kids with hearing loss. And we sure as shit didn't know anything about anything in the 90s when I was diagnosed. I don't think we had fire in the 90s, right? Like they were diagnosing people willy-nilly. I don't know. So the thing is, I don't know for sure whether or not I have autism. I'm sure some of you are like, "Oh, we know," but I don't. What I do know for sure is that I was diagnosed with it, and then I was put in a school for kids who do, And that's where I was socialized and raised to adulthood. So now I have what I would call type 2 autism. Yes, it is. It's like type 2 diabetes. It's lifestyle induced, and not necessarily. You guys get it, great. But for those of you who don't, so like if you were born with it, that's type 1, right? Obviously. If you were homeschooled, though, yeah. And this place is pretty crunchy. Montessori counts for that, by the way. Yeah, that's type 2. And I feel like I need to. This last joke gets a bit risky. I used to just not do this in crunchy towns. It's everywhere. And now I don't have a good read on Montana. It's like, you guys seem gay, but I know you have guns. I never know. I never know what to do. So, in case I need to run. Vaccines? Okay. Vaccines don't cause type 1 autism. They just don't. The science has been done, decided. It's been that way for 100,000 years. The doctor who said that lost his medical license. Also, I feel very strongly an autistic kid 100% better than a dead kid any day. However, vaccines have nothing to do with type 1 autism, right? Nothing. However, thinking that they do, classic type 2. Really textbook. You guys, I'm Hayden Kristal. Thank you so much.